Okay, so good evening, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. We're going to try this right here. We're going to legally go over this trespassing thing. Little disclaimer. I have not checked the New Jersey law, number one, because I don't have time and I don't feel like it. So I'm just going to go over basic stuff about trespass because I do abandon stuff too. And I have not gotten this guy's court paper, so we're going to take a really good educated guess. And I'm going to explain some laws here and stuff like that. General stuff. So you always want to check with their attorney and that. But unfortunately, this guy supposedly got 3 criminal trespassing. I would imagine one is the dock, one is the private property, and the other is, it's not a boat, it's a yacht. And what it is, it's kind of weird because it's this attorney right here that's complaining about it. I guess she owns it or a company or something like that. So trespassing could be a little tricky sometimes because probably about 2 months ago what happened was the difference between me and him is mine was an actual business that just shut down, but they still had an active sign and stuff like that, lit it up sign, and I had no idea they were out of business. And my only purpose was to go in and film the neat models and stuff like that. So that's the first thing. The second thing, I went directly to the door. So when I went to the door, it said, thank you for the great 16 years of business. And unfortunately, in between this, but unfortunately, as I was leaving, they got signs in the exit lane or on the left side of the driveway when you enter in, and that's not where you put the signs. It's a small trespassing sign. What happens on the way out, I saw the back of the signs, and it was plain white, plain blue, or whatever like that, okay? I happen to my head, and it's a no trespassing sign in the exit lane, a small one. They gotta be properly posted, okay? I don't know why they're putting them in the left lane, going in the entrance. You enter through the right and you exit to the left. But anyway, it's like I'm going by a lot of these businesses. They're not posting their trespassing signs right. Put it in the right lane when you enter. That's the enter. They're putting them in the exit. It don't make sense. And the other part is you put them perpendicular to the road. Well, this one was at a 45-degree angle. So the other part is, like I said, it's hard to charge me with trespass because, one, you got to be knowingly and willing to trespass. They have to properly post it or you got to be aware of it. The main thing for me is I went to the door, which you could do. During that time, I did remain on property because my car broke down. So that kind of sucked. I got the receipt of that. So this guy's totally different. What supposedly happened is he went on a yacht. I guess this woman right here owns it. I guess she's some type of attorney for New Jersey. Well, let me put that up. For New Jersey, okay? And she's up there complaining constantly to the prosecutor from the information I'm getting. The prosecutor cannot be charged with someone based on someone constantly complaining. It's based on if you have the evidence that they believe the guy did committed the crime, okay? So anyway, I guess this guy went on some yacht. He videotaped it and he put it on YouTube. I would imagine this woman or her friends probably saw the video like 8 months later or something, and then they brought up charges. Well, it's actually a good thing that this guy documented it, because a lot of these attorneys are coming out of school and stupid and playing little games. She goes over there and, you know, like you could see up here, there was no trespassing sign when it happened. And then when the guy went back a couple months later, there was a trespassing sign posted. So either she posted up the sign and then called the police and say, look, he trespassed, which is illegal on her part, lying and stuff, or she posted up the sign because of, you know, she want to make sure no one trespasses. Should have been done to begin with. I'm going to go over this as legally as I can, but you got like a fake attorney on here. But you can see that's the doc. And now it has a trespassing sign right there, as he pointed out. So anyway, the other problem is with this is people think because it's a boat, it's abandoned. Okay, I guess a New Jersey ordinance or law says, you know, if a boat's been, I don't know, abandoned for 30 days or stuck or something like that, that it's abandoned because they can't keep track of everything. Okay, well, legally it's not considered abandoned. I'm going to tell you why. The Titanic, down several thousand feet in the ocean, does that mean it's abandoned? Now, I learned this in legal school, where the problem is they can't get to it. It's not abandoned. They can't get to it. But this yacht that this guy did is the same thing, in my opinion. Okay, I'm sure the judge is going to rule it's not abandoned because they just can't get to it. I don't know what damn person would take a yacht and put it in a creek. It's totally bottom out, as I'll show you in a minute. But first, we got a fake attorney here. He's trying to get the charges dismissed. So he goes up to what I imagine this would be counsel up in here, okay? If you want the charges dismissed, number one, it's either got to be the court that dismisses it, it's got to be the prosecutor or the complaint person, which would be the woman attorney. So I'm going to go through this, and then I'm going to explain some stuff here.
A YouTuber, Matthew, with the channel 2 Feet Outdoors, is being accused of trespassing on private property. The problem is simple. When he was there was no trespassing signs posted. None.
Okay, so anyway,
I gave an update about my trespassing complaint in the Sayreville Municipal Court. Unfortunately, on July 31st, a judge found that there was probable cause to move this case forward in the court. If you know our court system, probable cause is a fairly charges pending.
Okay, so what he did is he copied this guy's say, but before we go, here's the yacht that's stuck in the creek. I would say legally that's not considered abandoned. They just can't get to it. The only thing they can do, you know, it's now backfiring. It's now backfiring against this woman. Like I said, this is abandoned. It's not considered abandoned as far as I know legally. They just can't get to it. It's bottom out. Okay, so they can't get it out. So it's not abandoned, but now I guess there's issues about the EPA and it's, you know, doing something to the waters. The only way to get this out is they're going to have to go in and torch the thing to many, many pieces, pull off that way, and then they could probably yank it out. So got everything falling here. But anyway, no, it's not considered abandoned. It's not a boat. They just can't get to it. That's the problem. Like I said, I learned that about legal, and you're gonna see a little bit. Say she posted the there's no trespassing sign there now, but later on there was. A lot of these attorneys, especially, are getting to a point they're getting really stupid. They're playing little tricks in that. I'm gonna say this woman, you know, either she really hates this guy for whatever reason and just gonna keep throwing dirt at his face, or she's just pissed because it's like, oh, you went through my personal stuff. Well, the bolt is just rusty. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead, and this guy thinks he's big attorney. Let's go ahead, and he went to the council
As you showed,
people.
you did nothing wrong.
That's good. It's just a camera. You've got one going too. I just wanted to bring
Okay,
one
so
more.
he said it's a council meeting.
You know what I mean?
They have,
Right.
they make up laws or ordinances. They cannot
I was
dismiss it.
debating about giving my name or not, because I know there was a gentleman that came up here and he wasted like, I think 30 minutes of your time. Was there a gentleman up here that came up here one time that wasted 30 minutes of your time because he didn't want to give his name? Yeah.
Not in the last 2 years.
It's been a while. I saw the video. So my name's Vinny. I'm with Garden State Accountability. I'm a longtime resident of Middlesex County. I'm here because something's happening in Sayreville that doesn't sit right with me. And it shouldn't sit right with anybody.
Okay, this
who
is
cares
like
about fairness
Sayreville,
and
New
accountability.
Jersey.
A YouTuber, Matthew, with the channel 2 Feet Outdoors, is being accused of trespassing on private property. The problem is simple. When he was there was no trespassing signs posted. None. Only after he was summoned to court to appear months later that the signs magically appeared. He went to check it out, and so they're claiming that he walked past the signs that didn't exist at the time, and that's
Okay. Well, anyway, the problem is, like I said, I guess this woman didn't find out till 8 months later because this woman, according to the guy's ticket that he got, says that he purposely hid the kayak. How does she know that? I don't see any cameras around there except for maybe one place. But, and she claims that he passed many trespassing signs. I don't know if that's true or not because the guy 2 Feet Outdoors video jumped his, the part when he was on the property, which we go over in a minute. But the thing is, like I say, you got a lot of these tricky people that will run over, put some trespassing signs on, and then they will call the cops. Now, if this guy, I think, goes to court next week, if it gets dismissed or charged, he could file a civil suit against the prosecutor and or the complaint. You know, when you bring this stuff up to police or whatever, you can't be going around lying about stuff. That's if she is. I don't know. But there's some question if she put the signs up and then call the cops on the guy, or she just put them up just to make sure people stay out. I don't know because I'm not there, but I'm just, like I said, I'm basing stuff off videos and to the best of my ability. So...
not just a misunderstanding, that's a false narrative that can be proven with video and a timeline. His case is scheduled for trial on December 18th at 10 a.m. The accusation should concern everyone here because it points to something bigger. The owner of the waterfront property is Kristen Court Bowie. She's a well-connected attorney in Sayreville and Middlesex County. Sitting on the same property is a 110-foot yacht that has been polluting our local waterways for years. Anyone who has ever boated or lived here knows that this is not normal, it's not safe, it's not something ordinary, and no resident should get away with it. It raises real concerns about selective enforcement and abuse of influence. Many of us grew up here boating these waterways, completely unaware that something like this was happening right under our nose. It shouldn't take citizens with cameras to expose it. I wanted to thank Matthew and Sean of Long Island Audit for bringing this situation into the light.
Okay, I guess New Jersey has like their own, environmental protection thing. I would believe you actually call the EPA Environmental Protection Agency. I'm sure you have to call them. That's the federal part that deals with the stuff. And I'm sure they're probably going to tell them they have to get it out. They claim that there's gas leak in the water or something. I don't know, but it's been there for 3 decades is what they said. So, let's go ahead.
Because I've lived in Middlesex County, I never even knew it. And I boated probably right past the property. Never saw it. It's tucked in there pretty good. So, so thank you to them for making it possible to bring it to my attention. So tonight I'm asking the council to do the appropriate departments to do two things. Drop the wrongful trespassing charge against Matthew.
They can't do that.
And conduct an investigation, a long-term environmental investigation on the property, the vessel, and the surrounding area at this location. The residents deserve the truth. They expect full exposure of what's really happening. They deserve accountability. And no one in this town should be able to twist the law and protect themselves while targeting others. So thank you for your time. I would hope for a response.
Okay. So the response is, the thing with Matthew, and whom I know, it has to follow its course through the...
Okay, so I think they basically told him, you know, I think they say they'll go out and look at it, but they can't drop it because it's a court legal
Any other
issue.
questions or comments?
All right, so we're getting out of here. Hopefully they follow through with everything that they said they're going to follow through with. They said they're going to do some kind of investigation. We did file a complaint with the DEP, and we'll follow up with the town of Sayre.
Okay, that's enough from this guy. He don't know nothing about legal, but anyway, we'll go over this. Guy don't know nothing about legal, but anyway, we'll go over this original video right here. Let me back this up. We'll go ahead and play it. This is 2 feet outdoors, and the reason why I'm doing this is I'm educating people that you got to be very careful doing abandoned stuff. Now, me, even though I didn't do anything wrong, I'm going to have to look on the exit lane now for trespassing signs, because these idiots don't know. You got to have a legitimate trespassing sign posted correctly and reasonably. They're posting it at the exit side. That don't make any sense. But we'll go over this guy's video here.
More circulation disappear without relying on endless pills. This will probably
Okay.
Fall again.
So anyway, he's going up to the dock. 3 criminal trespassing charges. I'm going to say one is the dock, one is private property. And then the other one is, let me see, dock, property. Okay, here you go, right here.
Surrounded by tall seagrass.
Dock, yacht, and property.
But since we're waiting for the tide to come up, we might as well go check this out.
Okay, right now there's no trespassing signs, but what happens later, she'll put one right there where my finger is. Let me see.
Yeah, there's no signs, nothing over here.
Okay, now,
You know, I don't
move
even
this
know.
over. Right, she'll post
gonna
it
help
right
us out or
there
not,
later on.
But
But anyway, if you hear
we'll
them,
take a look.
the guy just says, well, there's no trespassing signs. So that could mean like one or two things, okay? Either he knows he's not supposed to be trespassing, or he's honestly looking for signs. I don't know, but I kind of scoped this area out in this video. I don't see any cameras up here, because the lady said, oh, he came up there 2:04 p.m. and unless there's some up in here. If I can back this up some. Anyway, let me move my window here, get this. Unless that there's some up in here, like right up in here or something, because it looks like there's a house up there. I'm not sure. So he's getting on off his kayak.
All right, I got the kayak pulled out of the water.
Okay, so he pulled it out of the water. That's what he said. I don't think that's hiding it. I mean, don't show a video of it, but
and see what this leads to.
okay, so okay, I don't see any cameras on here unless that's it up there. I don't see any, because this lady claimed that he hid his kayak. Now we don't know what he did with it because he don't show the video of it. I don't know if that's a camera up there. I don't think it is. So he's walking up the dock right now.
We're gonna go up this walkway here and see what this leads to. It looks very quiet.
So what he does, he ventures around New York, New
See a
Jersey,
boarded up structure to the right.
and I think another state. So here you see a trailer. I looked up here on that pole. I don't know if that's a camera up there. The lady claimed that there was a trespassing sign 30 years of age. It's got to be legitimate. So I don't know.
Just a couple tractor trailers.
Okay, so I don't know if like right here is a camera. That's what I'm sort of looking for, but I don't see any trespassing signs, and he's not going to know the property lines, you know. So you see he's walking up there right now.
And I think
And here's the part that's sketchy. I think what got him in big trouble is, like I said, he went inside the yacht, and then he videotaped and put it on YouTube. Not saying he did anything wrong, but see, I'm trying to like look to see where the video cameras are. I don't know if that's it because that's too far away. So in this part, he goes through the woods and he does a lot of video jumps. So I don't know if he passed a trespassing sign up here and just didn't show it. I don't know, but a lot of video jumping here. Doesn't mean he did, don't mean he didn't.
that's where we want to go.
You see he's walking through the woods right now. And right up ahead is the yacht, which you'll see in a minute. Because like I said, he did a lot of video jump on this. Unless he's trying to hide it, I don't know. But we'll pull it forward where he actually... Okay, so there's the yacht that's stuck in the mud. I'm going to tell you, whatever idiot put this through a creek, got to be damn stupid. But there's no trespassing or private property. But again, legally, it is not abandoned as far as I know, because they can't get to it. How are they going to pull it out? Just like the Titanic. When I took law, you know, if they can get to it or not. If they can get to it, then after a while, it's considered abandoned. Well, this, you know, just like the Titanic, how are they going to get to it? They're going to need a lot of energy and manpower or whatever, Titanic out of that water. And same thing with this. People, this is a lot of steel and stuff, and the thing's really bottomed out. That's the problem here. I said, we're going to have to hire a crew to actually cut all the steel out of there, load it on a truck or something, or another boat, haul it out, scrap it, and just keep doing it until it's light enough to pull this out. But there's no private property signs or trespassing.
I might be.
So he boards the ship, a yacht.
Holy cow. I made it up.
And he actually goes right through it. And I don't see any trespassing or private property. It's kind of hard to tell because, like in Florida, there's docks butted up right against the house, and actually the public owns it.
Just gonna walk to the
But
front.
think about what idiot would put this through drive this expensive, heavy boat through this low water creek, you know.
Off the deck.
But you could see he goes around here, he talks about it. I hate when it does that. But you gotta understand, this is a lot of weight. A lot of weight.
To start with.
So he goes around just picturing, I guess, like, well, it's been saying for 3 decades, but you know, it's not like the guy went through the woman's house, you know, in her bedroom in her underwear. This is all. This is why he's getting the trespassing charge. Goes through it. Just kind of, then he goes downstairs to cut all this weight off if they got to get this out. So he goes to the boat. It's a 110-foot yacht. You know, he just does don't know, 9 months later, he got trespassing charges. Ridiculous.
Again, through this section.
Then he goes back to his kayak.
Guys, I'm back to the dock.
And I don't even see any trespassing signs, unless if he purposely cut it out. I don't know. I would say, if anything, there should be trespassing signs on the property if he passed any, but I don't see any.
Let's go up and down because the trees are hanging over.
So I'm going to show you something. So right there, that's where she posted the trespassing sign later on. I don't know if that's a sign there or not. I can't see it. No, it looks like it's just wood. So there's this kayak. Okay, she probably saw his YouTube video and claimed that he hit it.
Down here, sit my gear down.
I don't think he's hiding it at all.
Grab the kayak.
There's really no place to hide it unless we put it in the
Right,
woods.
Go back up here and get my kayak from the hiding spot.
Okay, he's bringing it down.
What a beautiful evening it is. All right, I'm gonna put this thing in the water and we're gonna try to go down the canal.
Okay, so anyway, turning this off. We'll look at the other part here in a minute. I'm going to give you my legal thing on it. My opinion when he goes to court. I'm going to say there's a 80 to 90% chance that it's going to get dismissed. Like I said, if it gets dismissed, or even if he goes to jail or something like that, he could file a civil suit against that attorney and or the prosecutor. You know, you don't prosecute someone based on complaints. You base it on if they have the crime or not. It's a good thing he documented this on video. But anyway, I think about a 80%, unless, you know, there's something I don't know about. I'm going to say 80% chance that it will be dismissed. If anything, I think he'll just end up getting probation. But we have to find out. I'm trying to see if there's like cameras on here. Let me look at something here for a minute. But if you look right here, I don't know. Right there, I don't know if those are cameras or not. Because it's like, how does she know what time he went on there and he hit his kayak beside his own YouTube video? That does look like there's cameras right here. But there's still no trespassing signs. Usually, to avoid trespassing, you want to go straight to the owner's door. She's got to mark them legitimately, but there's cameras right there. But why does it take her 8 months to do something about this? Probably because, like I said, her friends found it on a YouTube video. And you got the antennas right up here. So that looks like there is cameras right there. Actually, then some ways they might be lights. So it's kind of hard to tell. And then there's something above there, because usually you don't have antennas up there unless if it's cameras. It some ways looks like cameras, other ways it looks like lights. And you see they got tractor trailers here, so it's hard to tell. So, you know, they'll show everything here in court. But anyway, what he does is in this video, let me look at it here. Is this one? Okay, so what he did is he goes back to the place, which I don't blame him, and then guess what happens? He finds a trespassing sign. Let me see where it's at. So he's
Least a sign posted.
months later he comes back
And
here.
they filed an affidavit saying
Wonder if that's a sign up there. They don't look
that I
like.
passed a no trespassing sign.
You see
This
it
sign, you can see it
right there.
right here in front of me.
And then it wasn't there
was
before.
not there. You can clearly see this post in my video multiple times. Right now it says private property, no trespassing, violate.
So if you guys can see, it's a red and white sign. Now they posted it. Like I said, I'm trying to see if there's cameras here. It does look like a little bit cameras above. Those look like street lamps. So it looks like little cameras up above there.
Will be prosecuted. Thank you. Yes.
See,
If that sign
he comes up closer to it. Because if you look at his original video, it was just a stand there. That's it.
was
But like I said, for it to be trespassing, he's got to be willingly and knowingly trespassing. So now, since he knows he can't be on here, he can't jump on there, he's going to get another criminal trespassing, which will stick.
here, previously, I would not have stepped foot on this dock. But look at that.
Okay, so what he does is, over here, he shows a little square there of before. See, there's nothing there. Now, like I said, the only question is the property itself where he went through the trees. Was there a trespassing sign? I guess he read some affidavit or something. She said there was a trespassing sign that was 30 years old or something. I don't know.
Private property.
But I think he's got to go to court on the 26th.
No trespassing, violators will be prosecuted. In my
So then he goes up to the ship through the channels there. Now, I want people to look at this. What damn idiot is going to put a yacht through a creek? Whoever did that's extremely stupid. Look at that. You know, it's like I said, they're going to have to cut a lot of that out. They're going to probably going to make that woman who claims she owns it or runs it, they're going to have to sit there, cut all that steel out all that way. It should float up a little bit and they could tug it out of there. But this guy...
This is a public waterway. So...
Yeah, you see how shallow this is. It's like, what idiot would put a yacht through
not
here?
on their property in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, so what he does, he gets close to the boat just to show it doesn't have any trespassing signs or private
No
property.
trespassing.
But you see it's right in mud.
Nowhere along the shoreline. Nowhere on
Oh, is
the
it?
Blue Jacket
I'm
yacht.
trying to see if it is contaminating the water. I can't tell. I think it might be. I thought this was probably grass down here. It might be sludge maybe.
Now, one thing, as I entered this creek, I looked back towards that dock for the property, and I did see one additional sign so that if you were to walk down their dock, you would see a no trespassing sign.
Yeah, so people, you got to be very careful out there. And these days, people, to get you in trouble, they'll do some extremely stupid stuff, like add more trespassing signs or lie or something like that. So, let me show you this guy's channel's name. Like I said, I'm just doing this mainly for legal reasons because I saw a woman trespassing by going through a gate. So you gotta be very careful here. My video will come out later, but if you want to know what this guy is, his channel name's right there. It's 2 Feet Outdoors. I don't watch his channel at all, but right there. So I was just looking at abandoned stuff, and then it says like trespassing and that. So yeah, so we'll find out what happens next week. Like I said, maybe an 80% chance it's going to get dismissed, unless if there's something we don't know about. And then if anything, it's probably going to be probation. I don't think he's going to send this guy to jail. It's ludicrous. Give me a break. So everyone, that's my legal thing about it. I gotta get ready to go to bed here. If you kind of saw my house, it's totally disaster, destroyed. Right now, I got the whole arcade room torn apart because I'm getting ready for a new pinball machine. That's all I got to say. So I got to install my updates. I got to update my PlayStation. So everyone, make sure you like and subscribe. Hopefully, like I said, this is not an entertainment video. It's educational. Have a good night.